through, it would have been quite a bucket. Well, if you're a basketball fan, you remember Keith Smart hitting the game-winning jump shot for Indiana back in the 1987 Final Four. And went on to have a long career as an assistant coach in the league and now doing a nice job as the main man in Sacramento.
Here's Smith. Thaddeus Young picking up that last basket. Over Turkoglu. Again, the miss by the Kings.
And no defender was around him to influence that shot. It didn't hurt them there, but, you know, they can't make that mistake twice.
Rubio dishes to Batum. Turkoglu passes to Batum. They get it back. Young. Good D from Love.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fellow when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Collison with it. Turkoglu picks him up. Hill kicks to George. The kick out to Collison. It's rebounded by Gasol. And Coach Smart likes to keep in touch with his players off the court using text messaging. Check in with them often.
Well, that's the way you got to do it these days. I mean, you know, you got to take advantage of modern technology and be able to relate to your players, whether it's, you know, online social networking or whatever it is. I mean, you've got to be able to connect with your players as a coach on some level, and that's a good way for Coach Smart to do it.
The Kings trail by 4. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, Keith Smart had a few moments and a few thoughts to share with me. We talked about the challenges posed by a player like Ricky Rubio, such a tremendous passer and floor general. Coach said, we know he can make plays, but making shots is where he's been less effective. We need to focus on staying home and forcing him to beat us with his scoring. Guys, we'll see if they can limit his highlight reel dimes. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris.
What you love about Thaddeus Young out of Georgia Tech is the small ball 4 position that he plays. He's so quick and active that he's a nightmare for opposing power forwards to cover. But he's long enough to defend bigger players at the other end of the floor.
And that one falls for Young. And Thaddeus Young, great in transition and able to drive and finish at the rim.
Yeah, I really like his improvement and how he's developed as a player. He's tough for most big men to stay in front of. He's got the nice left-handed stroke, which I think keeps guys off balance a bit. And he really brings high energy and scoring punch off the bench.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
I'll tell you, it had been some time coming, but really last year the dominant core that the Celtics had been built around started to show their age at times.
Celtics leading by 5. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, on the wing, Batum. A 3-ball. The shot will not go.
Tough 3-point try there with a hand in his face.
Boy, you'd be lucky to make that one against great defense.
Love hits to Smith. The dish to Collison. Kings moving the ball around. Smith outside. Trying to get back on track. There's the bucket. Good. And the Celtics, Steve, as you mentioned, they seem to realize that their window is closing as the team got older. In fact, there is some age on there, and hopefully they can navigate that and play a few more years together.
Yeah, well, at the trade deadline, they explored a lot of options to maybe try to get younger to bring some youth in, but they decided to stick with it. Had a strong playoffs, and now a new-look roster. Some new pieces, but still equipped to compete.
Here's Rubio. J.R. Smith making his last shot. Rubio misses. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Now here's Love. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Here's Collison. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
And that kind of power move has become a trademark for him.
Sacramento might be called the Kings, but they were anything but regal or royal when they headed out on the road. I mean, last season just brutal for them in unfriendly territory.
And it's tied up with that one. You look back at the road record for the Kings. Last year, Steve, 6-27 for them. And they just had a very difficult time finding ways to win and score on the road.
Well, Sacramento's defense was awful last year, Kevin. No way to get around that. And when you don't play defense, you're not going to win on the road. It's too difficult. So that's the biggest thing, I think, heading into this season and looking beyond. Shoring up that defense will give them a better opportunity to win away from home.
And here's Smith following the three-pointer by Nicholas Batum. Love kicks to Smith, and there's the pass to George. From the stripe, the rebound by the Celtics. Turkoglu with it. Back to Batum. The three is launched. And good coming off the assist from Hedo Turkoglu. Turkoglu's got 3 assists in the game. The Kings trail by 6. Collison dishes to Love. He kicks to George. Smith with it. Turkoglu picks him up. Smith the pass to Love. And the officials call a traveling violation. The Celtics making a switch here. Dallenberg's checked in. Kufis checked in for the Kings. Celtics leading by 6. And Rubio kicks to Turkoglu. Young dishes to Rubio. Over Collison. Rubio misses. The Kings shooting a lowly 30% to start this game out. Kicks it out to Love. George. The shot misses.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
Rubio, the pass to Turkoglu. Makes the alley-oop pass. Young, outside for Batum. Back to Young. Second shot opportunity. Kicks it out to Turkoglu. Kicks it to Rubio. Goes up again. Batum from outside the arc. Gets it to go. Batum's got 11 points.
Well, I like that he's come up with some big baskets for this team to help him out in getting this lead.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first.
It's kind of a weird start to the playoffs last year for Boston. Rondo gets suspended early, but the Celtics were able to get past the Hawks as they matched up as the 4 and 5 seeds, and the Celtics actually did not have home court advantage in that series.
True, right. James Johnson's checked in for Hedo Turkoglu. Here's Smith. Shoots over Batum. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. You know, Clark, you wonder how the Celtics would fare as an older team and shortened season, the compacted window of games, so many games crammed into 1 week. You just weren't sure how much gas they had in the tank come playoff time, Steve. But as it showed, they won a couple series and made their way through.
Yeah, I thought it was really impressive getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, taking Miami to 7 games. They had their chance, too. You know, up 3-2 in a home game, but LeBron and Miami were just too much.
Here's Smith, and they convert it last on attempt number 3. Smith's got his second basket of the night. Outside, Batum. He feeds it to Young. Passes it to Rubio. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside, Batum. That's in. Coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 3 assists now in this one. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Collison kicks to Smith. He dishes it to Love. For 3. Another miss by Love.
+5 on the boards already here in the first quarter. They've gotten after it.
Yeah, that's a great sign in this game. If they're going to continue to rebound the ball like this, I think they're in great shape.
Dallenberg. And their work on the board pays off with the second chance points. And it's a 12-point Celtic lead.
And what I like watching, Kevin, with this guy is his ability to just chase down rebounds. I mean, he plays so hard, hustles from the opening tip till the final buzzer. And it really shows with his work on the offensive glass.
And Steve, what a shot blocker he is, too. I mean, you're taught that it's counterproductive to swat a ball into the 4th row, but he just can't seem to help himself. Nothing's working for him here. He's just really struggling to find the basket.
Batum dishes to Johnson. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Boy, you have to feel a little sorry for Kings fans. When you think about what they've been through the last year or so, it looked like the team was all set to move to Anaheim. That fell through. Then there was a reprieve for Sacramento. They thought they had an exciting new arena deal. That fell apart, and now it's kind of back to square one. Nobody seems to know what's going to happen with this Kings franchise.
Some changes for Boston. Marc Gasol's checked in for Dallenberg. ABC comes in for Thaddeus Young. And it's Watson in for Ricky Rubio. And both free throws good for Johnson. Just a roller coaster ride for Sacramento and Kings fans. Steve, you're right. Really, what I imagine the team wants is just to have some certainty of where their future is. You know, Clark, that's a big thing for any town, any team.
Without question, Kevin, anytime there's rumors swirling about a team as to where it's going to be located, it can't be good for anybody associated with the organization, especially the players.
Now Watson. Dishes it to Johnson. Over Diaw. Johnson. Good. And the Celtics lead by 14.
What a start they've gotten off to. A big lead for them, and we're not even out of the first quarter yet.
And it's not just their hot offense here. I mean, they're playing very strong defense too, guys.
Now here's Henderson. The rebound by the Celtics. Batum's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's ABC. The feed to Batum. There's a minute 47 left to play in the first quarter. 6 on the shot clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Here's ABC. Can't get it to go. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. Henderson passes to Heinrich. Feeds it to Henderson. Over Batum. Rebound Boston. Here's ABC. 1:15 left in the first. Pass to Gasol. He passes to Watson. Nice ball movement by Boston. Rebound by Antoine Jamison. The Kings trailed by 14. Now here's Heinrich. Looking for his first bucket of the game. Back to Jamison. He's up against Gasol. Unloads from 13. The rebound by Johnson.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level.
Watson kicks to Batum. Buries it from 3-point range. Batum's got 17.
That's 4 of the last 5 coming from long range. This offense is cooking.
Yeah, it's rolling, really rolling. And defensively, they kept collapsing, Steve, and leaving them open. So now they're in trouble. They're in a real dilemma now.
Outlaw with it. Defended by Batum. Outlaw's shot is off.
He still couldn't finish, even though it looked like he had a lane to the rim. But too often, that's the story for him.
Here's Gasol. Rebound by Antoine Jamison.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Or the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Celtics lead by 17. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
Boy, a ton of threes in that first quarter. This team really lighting it up, guys.
Yeah, it's been an onslaught from downtown.
On the floor for Sacramento. Hill is out there with Kevin Love. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Henderson. Shot from free throw range. Young's shot is off. The Kings trail by 17. Love outside. Left side, Love.
Not a smart play.
And those are exactly the mistakes they can ill afford right now, Steve.
James Johnson's checked in for Boston. And then for Sacramento, Kufis comes in for Kevin Love. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Paul George. Celtics leading by 17. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, guys, Ricky Rubio was drafted back in 2009, stayed in Spain for a couple of seasons, and his numbers have kind of fallen off. But if anything, he's even better in the NBA. Rubio said here, they can't stay in the lane more than 3 seconds, so you can find more spaces to penetrate and find more passes. He added, I'm going to try what I learned in Europe here to try to win more games. In Europe, we move the ball. Kevin, a good starting point.
Always good to spread the load. Thanks, Doris.
Well, he's getting a great exchange rate on those lessons learned from the international game. And a really poor job boxing out there, guys. A momentary lapse in concentration, I think.
Boston's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Turkoglu kicks to Watson. Young outside. Young left side. And again, it's Boston converted.
And his skills go well beyond just his scoring ability. They really can run their entire offense through him.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Now, here is Smith. Kufis kicks to Anderson. That's good.
You know, Kevin, they were a step late on their defensive rotation, and that helped them get right to the rim.
Celtics leading by 17. And here's Watson. Here's Dalembert. That is good. Dalembert's got his second basket of the night.
And that rebound pushes their margin to +5 on the board. Solid job on the glass.
Well, it's just part of what they've done here to build this big lead. It shouldn't be overlooked. I mean, rebounding is a huge part of this game.
Smith with it. Turkoglu picks him up. The shot's good from Smith. Smith's got 6.
He is always so in control, guys. Even when he's going hard to the hoop, very skilled finisher.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And he finished last season right around 71% from the line. Not exactly the best of percentages.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Marc Gasol's checked in for Dalembert. Batum comes in for James Johnson. ABC's checked in for Hedo Turkoglu. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for C.J. Watson. The free throw drops for Smith.
Boston is a team that fell from the elite of the East back to the middle of the pack last year. It wasn't because of their play at home, though, where they were still tough in front of the Celtics faithful.
Tries from 10, and he hits the jumper for 2. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Celtics leading by 14. Heinrich with the steal. And the shot is good. Heinrich's got 4 this quarter.
Excellent execution of the plan there.
Here's ABC. And the Celtics really do seem to feed off the energy here in this arena. You see all the banners hanging above us. And, you know, Steve, you can't help but be inspired if you come here as a fan or if you play for them as a member of the team.
Yeah, no question. Boston is one of the great venues in the league because of the history of the Celtics franchise. And obviously, you know, that matters to Boston. And 24-9 at home last year, they were able to take advantage of that home court. That's why they were able to hold on to that division title.
Jamison, defended by Gasol. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Anton Jamison, one of the most versatile scoring forwards in the game. He can hurt you in a number of ways. He can make the long-range shot, but it's that unique array of flip shots and floaters around the basket that sets him apart.
And that one misses.
And, you know, guys, going back to Jamison, they say as a child his dad accidentally set up the rim at 11 feet, and that may have something to do with his soft touch on those in-between shots. He's really got a unique talent for being able to finish a variety of ways over bigger defenders from anywhere from right at the rim all the way out to 17 or 18 feet.
Well, Jamison is a versatile scorer at that power forward position. He can step outside, knock down the perimeter shot all the way out to the